Alright, we got the Formula 1 race here, getting up toward the back, getting all set up, still trying to figure out launch control, but get a decent launch, don't go backwards too far, try to get in here with the pack and keep some pace. These first laps are always kind of interesting in how things are going to shape up and who's going to go where, so it feels like you get a little bit more in the tank, but obviously you want to be safe. We see a Fender flying back, something like Mario Kart, something like that. And this gentleman takes a good advantage of me checking up. So good move for him. So now we got some work left to do, making our way through this first lap and going backwards, sadly. So time to put the head down and start to push. Looks like we got a little more pace in this guy here. So we're just trying to make sure we get around smooth and safe and do what we can to keep pace with that lead group. Those guys are quick for sure. So bike's feeling real good, starting to push here a little bit, let things open up, but still trying to be cautious on what lines everyone's taking. So we're getting close to the first lap here at Cresson. Cool track, super fun. This is one of those corners you really got to be patient, at least for me. It will catch you out as it is a decreasing radius turn, and if you get it wrong here, as you can see with these switchbacks, it's just a ton of time. So just trying to be patient, run a good line, and then get a good drive and exit onto the straight here. So Ducati works really well, but again, just trying to be patient. Should pick our point for passing, so we don't really want to rush things. Still can carry a bit more speed, so we're able to get him on exit. These triple rights. As you see, the Fender still chilling there in the middle of the track, so that's always kind of interesting when you're coming up and there's debris in the middle of the track, right? Somewhat distracting. So we're able to get around him, and now we can start running a good pace. Last couple of races, we were going about 120, just over 120, 2.1, something like that. Super hot conditions. Running an SC1, and this track is very abrasive, so there's tons of grip with that super high heat we had here in Texas with heat indexes approximately like 110, something like that. For whatever reason, that tire just wasn't working for the setup I had, so we had to do some changing around, so we ended up putting SC3 on for the second day, and that worked so much better. This thing hooked up 10 times better. That K-Tech shock was working really well to put down that power, and that pair of that SC3 and K-Tech shock definitely bought me some time. So we're running about 118s through here, starting to pick up some more pace on this right-hand corner, and then string these three rights together. I find if you can get it right, you almost don't have to do anything else, and it's one basic radius going from the inside, outside, inside and out again, and then set you up for the braking in this corner. I'm a little weak there, so that's something I definitely have to work on. I had a couple of guys show me the quick way around that corner, like Parker. Parker was really good at that and actually passed me on the outside, so I'll still try to work on those. These three guys up front here, we're starting to catch up, which is great. It means we got good pace, starting to lay down some times and put our head down and really start to push. Bike's running real good. I mean, despite it being super hot, you can probably see there on the temperature gauge, the bike's not running overly hot. It's running well. We've got some good coolant in there, and we've got an updated thermostat housing, right? But keep basically everything stock, but just a little more flow. So here we are catching up to these guys after a couple laps. You see Luis there on the R1. He was running a real good pace, and him and I have had some good back and forth this weekend. So we're just trying to tag on to him and see if we can reel in the guys and do a little better. Really trying to carry corner speed through this one. I just don't have the confidence on the front there. It is a stock front end on that V4 base, so we'll have to do some work to that to feel a little more compliant for the next couple of races and see if we can do. I'm picking up some pace for that. Shock working out awesome, so I'm definitely going to go with the K-Tech setup again on that and just see what we can do, see if we can pick up some time. So here we're able to finally catch on to these guys after a lap, and let's see what we can do about pushing forward and maybe making some overtakes. Out of this left-hand corner, just trying to let things flow, nice smooth lines, This right is kind of deceptive for me. There is a bump right where I like to take the line. It kind of upsets. If you look at the dash there, you can actually see the traction control usually kick in. And again, I'm a little weak here on braking, so trying to pick up that mid-corner speed, but be patient, because I mean, if you rush it, you're going to go off track, which I didn't practice, or you're going to rush these corners and really blow your drive. So just trying to hang back and try to keep pace with these guys. Halfway flags are out, so we got just a couple of laps to make some moves and see what we can do here. Definitely feel faster than these guys, but just haven't really found a good way around to be safe. We all got to go to work on Monday, so it's one of those things where it's club racing. You want to make sure it's clean and smooth, right? That's the big thing, at least for my level and where I'm at here. These expert guys in this class has definitely been a challenge this year. Super fast guys, and they're definitely teaching us a lot. Trying some different lines, see if I can't make something, put something together here, but just don't feel like I've got it quite enough without making what I would feel is kind of a dirty pass or stuffing a guy. So let's see what we can do about just trying to ride smooth and get around and really pick our passing points. So good drive up the hill, kind of taking a look here, thinking about how much braking I've got left to run that straight in, a little wide, and then cut back in here to the right, but just don't feel I've got enough. So we're going to let it ride for another lap. Picking up the power here out of the left, looking on the outside, but just knowing that this corner is a really fast sweeper. It's a little bumpy when you start to tip in, at least the line that I'm taking. It's kind of unsettled, and you just don't have the confidence to really send it in there. I'm sure some of the guys up front that are running a much quicker pace can probably do that. I'm just not ready to yet, so we'll see what we get. Again, feel quite a bit faster through these triple rights, but just don't have a good way around. So right on the back of these guys. Thinking about looking on the inside here on the left, just don't have enough. So we're going to fall in line, and maybe we can put something together here on this next left-hand turn, depending upon the drive I can get. So just again, trying to be smooth. Inside line's a little smoother for me. Really try to put that power down. The Duck does a great job of that. A lot of top end here. But again, he's getting a little loose, Luis is, so we'll see what we can do about getting him on the inside. Really try to send it up and hard on the brake, a little bit of chatter, and we make the pass, but I go a little bit wide. So Luis does a great job at getting it right back on the cutback, and good on him. It's always fun when we can do racing like that, nice and smooth. So now we're right back to where we started. So just inside the top 10, running in 9th here, and really running out of options of where I can make these passes. Again, looking on that outside, see if I can go around, but just not there. Looking on the inside, Luis dives to the inside as well. I don't know if he's hear me coming, or if that's just his preferred line. Looking to the outside, but a little worried I'm going to run out of track if I try to go around the outside on those guys. So again, just keep looking, right? Feel a little bit quicker here on the brakes. So trying to pick up some pace. Just not a clean way for me to get around with the confidence level I'm at. Try to stay a little bit tighter here. Maybe I can hold that exit a little bit tighter and get on the inside. So I'm really trying to put my head down and push. I'm able to make up a little bit of ground there, but again, just not enough to get around and make that pass stick. So up the hill, Luis has got a good drive up there this time, so he's not going to let that pass happen again. So good on him. Just staying tight with these guys. We've slowed down quite a bit. I think we're running 120s at this point, so the pace has dropped off, and none of us just really have a chance to get around one another. So we're kind of finishing single file here. We're running out of laps, running out of time. This should be the last lap coming up. Yep, so here's a white flag. Able to pull alongside Luis, but just don't have enough to get around. So kind of a bummer there. Something we'll have to work on. Maybe a little bit of setup and probably a rider mod, right? Look on the inside, see if I can drift on the outside here. These triple rights again, a lot of speed, but we're slowing down from what the pace normally is. But just not a safe way around for me at this point. So now it comes back to the left's coming up here. We're gonna hang back just a little bit so we can string these corners together and see if I can't get around on the next string here. So hold off a little bit, tuck in tight, roll it super tight on the left here, and power all the way down and see if we can't beat them in a drag race. Bike's getting a little loose there, and as soon as you click fourth, you really get full power on the duck, but these guys just edge me out. Same thing, trying to look on the inside. Release is just there, so just not enough to get around. This is it, man, last lap. Decreasing radius, got to fall in line here, so now my next thought is, well, I can't really get around in these next sections here, the S's, so let's go ahead and try to string this together on the left and stay in tight, and then try to put power down, and really try to get around at the last possible second, put the head down, and no such luck. As you saw there, the gap is less than a tenth, and that's the F1 Expert.